Hello, my people. Hello, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in every single day to listen to me on Daily Mind Shift. My name is Michael Ujuala from Mindset Transformation Africa. And on this week's episode, I want us to talk a little bit about making a difference, that you are always making a difference. All right, let me anchor today's episode on this statement. You are always making a difference around you, consciously or unconsciously. I will advise you, make the difference that you will be proud of. You are always making a difference around you, consciously or unconsciously. This is my advice to you today. Make the difference that you will be proud of. That is what I want to remind you today of, something that I believe should shake you awake. And that is, you are always making a difference. Always. It doesn't matter whether you are trying to or not. It doesn't matter whether you are aware of it or not. It doesn't even matter if you think your life is insignificant. By your presence, by your choices, by your words, by your silence, you are making a difference around you. The real question is, what kind of difference are you making? What kind of difference are you making around you? What kind of difference are you making? Will you be proud of it when you look back? Will the people you touched be better for it, or will they be carrying scars from the difference you're making? This is not a guilt trip, all right? It is a wake-up call, because once you understand that your life has impact, you can stop wasting it unconsciously and you start shaping it consciously. See, one of the biggest lies people tell themselves is, I don't really matter. What I do doesn't even affect anyone now. What I do doesn't affect anyone. But let me tell you this, that is not true. That is never true. When you walk into a room, your energy shifts the atmosphere. When you speak to someone, even casually, your words either build or break something in them. When you raise your children, when you talk to your colleagues, when you greet a stranger, when you scroll on your phone, you are affecting more than you realize. You cannot live without leaving fingerprints on other people's lives. It's not possible. So stop saying, I don't make a difference. The only choice you really have is this. What kind of difference am I making? And that is the question I want you to go with today. What kind of difference are you making? Here's where it gets a little bit deeper. Impact can happen in two ways, consciously or unconsciously. Unconscious difference happens when you move through life without awareness. You complain without noticing the heaviness you are spreading. You gossip without realizing you are poisoning trust. You neglect your health without seeing how it discourages other people around you. You give half-hearted effort at work, not noticing how it normalizes mediocrity for your team. And there is conscious difference. It happens when you move through life with awareness. You smile because you know it might be the only light someone sees today. You encourage because you know everyone carries silent battles. You choose discipline because you know others are watching how you handle pressure. You show up on time because you want to model reliability. Either way, you are always influencing people. The difference is whether you are proud of the influence you are leaving behind or not. See, impact is tricky because most of the difference you make, you will never actually see it. Think about a teacher who encouraged a child and never knew that child grew up to become a leader. I'm a living witness to that. Think about a stranger who gave you a kind word one day and it shifted your entire mood. Think about a friend who criticized someone casually and that person carried the wound for years. Every word, every act, every silence ripples over time. Some ripples, you will witness them, some more, but most of the ripple, it keeps moving far beyond your immediate sight. That is why you must choose carefully what you put out there, because even when you forget, the ripple keeps spreading. Let's talk a little bit about the kind of difference you'll be proud of, all right? To be proud of your influence, you don't have to be rich, famous, or powerful. You just have to be intentional. You just have to be intentional. Ask yourself, am I lifting people up or weighing them down? Am I adding peace to the room or adding stress? Am I speaking life or speaking death? Am I showing up as the kind of person I want others to model? At the end of the day, all right, what you will be proud of is not how much money you made or how many arguments you won. Even those will give you some dopamines here and there. It will be the people who are better because you are here. It's going to be people. The greatest impact you'll be proud of is going to be people. Now, this is the hard truth. Many people are unconsciously making negative difference. They spread fear through constant complaining. They diminish other people through sarcasm. They model laziness and call it relaxing. They give bitterness instead of forgiveness. And then they act surprised when their environment feels heavy, feels toxic, feels stagnant. But the reality is this: your life creates a climate, okay? If your climate is cold, those around you will shiver. If your climate is warm, those around you will grow. So, what kind of climate are you creating? Intentionally or unintentionally? What kind of climate are you creating? See, the shift begins when you take ownership of your influence. Stop pretending your actions exist in a vacuum or exist in isolation. Stop excusing harmful behavior with, that is just who I am, this is just me. You're not just living for yourself. You're shaping atmospheres, you're shaping families, you're shaping workplaces, you're shaping futures. Once you own your influence, you stop being careless with it. You stop throwing words around like weapons. You stop neglecting your responsibilities. You start realizing the way that you handle today could inspire someone or crush them tomorrow. That is when you start moving from unconscious impact into conscious legacy. See, you don't need a microphone or a stage to make a difference. Some of the proudest differences are made in ordinary everyday choices. Listen fully, speak kindness, model consistency, choose patience, offer help. See, when someone speaks, give them your full attention. That small act is saying to them that you matter. Simple compliment, affirmations, encouragement can shift an entire day for someone. Show up when you say you will. Do what you said you will do. That difference builds trust. It builds relevance in traffic, in lines, in conflict. Patience creates calm where there could have been chaos. Do you understand me? Even small help, carrying something for someone, guiding someone, sharing the knowledge that you have, it multiplies in value over time. See, you will be surprised how these little things repeated consistently become the difference you will be remembered for. Think about this. When your life is over, which definitely one day it will, you won't be remembered for everything, all right? You will be remembered for the difference that you made. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to wait for a funeral to start building that legacy. You are already making it today, right now, as you're speaking. So, let me ask you, will you be proud of the difference you are making in your home, in your friendships, in your workplace, in your community? I want you to remember this. Legacy is not a someday thing. Legacy is a daily thing. It is the accumulation of every difference you make, consciously or unconsciously. So here's today's mind shift as you go about your daily activities. You are always making a difference by design or by default, consciously or unconsciously. Since that is unavoidable, choose to make the difference that you'll be proud of. Don't settle for being careless with your influence. Don't shrug off your impact as if it doesn't matter. Don't unconsciously spread negativity. Instead, this is what I want you to do. Decide that when people walk away from you, they will walk away stronger. When people walk away from you, they will walk away lighter. When people walk away from you, they walk away encouraged or inspired. That is a difference that is worth being proud of. So, as you move through your day today, remember this. You cannot escape impact. You can only direct it. You are either lifting or lowering, healing or hurting, building or breaking. So, choose to be conscious. Choose to be proud of what your presence leaves behind. Because the difference you make today becomes the legacy people carry tomorrow. Let me repeat that. The difference that you make today, as you're listening to me, becomes the legacy people carry tomorrow. So go out there today and make a difference. Let me ask you, what difference will you make today in your family, with your friends, at your workplace, in your household? What difference